to do a short 5-minute history of the caucus. As you know, the caucus came out as an organization March 14th, 2014. That's about a year and a half ago. That's Pi Day for all the math teachers. Right? But that's not where the story starts. The story starts 5 years before that. Many of us who helped found the caucus were active in organizing under the Teacher Action Group, TAG. And for 5 years, we had been organizing. We'd been developing our own leaders. We had been waging campaigns, local campaigns, citywide campaigns. We'd been building relationships not just with other teachers, but with other organizations around the city, and trying to push the union to develop a more grassroots, bottom-up, rank-and-file oriented approach to that type of organizing. So we've been organizing for 5 years. We'd also been developing relationships with folks across the country for those same 5 years. Lots of us attended conferences, Free Minds, Free People, and then hooked up with folks from Chicago who, after they took the reins of power from the great CTU, they decided, there are folks all over the country who also have visions of what we have. So they started pulling people together on an annual basis. When they first started, you couldn't even call them conferences. They were more just like gatherings. Now we're an official organization, the United Caucuses of Rank and File Educators. Our last annual conference, we had 21 locals, right? Yes. Yep. So clap it up for that massive national movement. So what Chicago was doing was basically sowing the seeds of revolution in locals across the country, and TAG members were there. TAG members were also here in Philly, like I said, meeting with on a regular basis with the PFT leadership. We were trying to push the leadership towards a more grassroots approach. Anybody remember Faces of the Layoffs? Right? So actually, stand up if you were one of the faces of the layoffs, right? Yeah, seriously. We were fighting cutbacks and layoffs and for more school funding and fighting against school closures. These are the same things we're fighting today, right? There's nothing new. It's still the same fight. Every organizing proposal that we took to the PFT leadership was met with this huge bureaucratic wet blanket. Oh, we can't do that because we got to ask Jerry first. Oh, we can't do that because we got to talk to the lawyers first. Oh, we can't do that because we don't have time to make this happen. You know this? You know this story, right? Yeah. So we also had a hard time even communicating with PFT staffers, right? Because they won't put stuff in writing in emails, or you can't get their cell phone numbers. So, like, for logistical reasons plus bigger reasons, the organizing committee that the PFT agreed to create went nowhere. The same place it's gone in all the other subsequent organizing that's happened. So the bottom line is, every time we walked out of a meeting, we felt deflated. We'd walk in with all these great ideas and be like, yes, this is it. They're going to say yes, and they're going to mobilize all the resources that the union has at its fingertips, and this is going to be it. Ugh. Walking out of that meeting, it's like a wet blanket, right? You know that feeling? Yeah. So, and we did that for 5 years. Yeah. 5 years. A lot of people, when they hear the caucus, they think, oh, it's just like this upstart year and a half. No, 5 years of banging our heads up against a bureaucratic brick wall. What does Einstein say the definition of insanity is? Right? Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. Well, finally we said, no, we're going to stop. We're going to stop this insanity. We're done. It's not working. So we called on some of our friends from Chicago, who we knew had built this incredible caucus and then taken over their union. We said, okay, y'all got to come teach us. How do you build a caucus? And they came. I need my water. And they came. They came in February of 2014. Actually, it was March 1st and 2nd of February of 2014. And there were 27 of us. Actually, if you were one of those 27 people who were in that room and decided to build the caucus, can you stand up? Because a lot of us who were there are still considered. Absolutely. Making a long-term organizing plan. We thought, yeah, maybe in a year. No. We decided in that weekend there was no reason to wait. In fact, we had every reason to get on it right away. And so 2 weeks later, literally 2 weeks later, on Pi Day, March 14th, we came out as a caucus, and we've been organizing ever since. So, yeah, give it up. So we're now up to 300 dues-paying members. We've been organizing on the ground at local schools. We've been doing citywide organizing. We, of course, spearheaded the opt-out campaign that broke that code of silence around teachers talking to parents about their rights to opt out. Absolutely. So we shifted the culture of that discussion, and that culture has, I mean, this testing season is going to blow up even more, just like it did in New York a couple years ago. So opt out. We have done a lot of work looking at structural racism through our Racial Justice Organizing Committee. We've done work with, yeah, absolutely, leave it up. There's a whole Reclaiming PD campaign where we're taking back our professional development. We are teaching each other. We are treating ourselves like intellectuals, the intellectuals that we are, the reasons that we came to teaching. So the Reclaiming PD campaign. Raise your hand, actually, stand up if you've ever been to a book group, a discussion series, an iTag, any of those. This is all about reclaiming ourselves as professionals, right? Yep. We've also done, as you know, contract organizing, so the Keeping the Contract campaign, the recent Work to Rule campaign. We've done a lot of political work. Our political committee not only did endorsements, but get out the vote and poll work. We've done coalition work with folks across the city on a variety of issues, ranging from climate justice to anti-gentrification work. I mean, this is a broader fight that we are clearly committed to now, 7 years ago, and 7 years from now, 14 years from now, you know, assuming that we're still all, you know, alive and well. The caucus will be alive and well. This is a longer fight. So yes, we want to win these elections, but this is about values and vision for the future of public education. So, in the membership meeting in April of this past summer, so April 2015, we got together as a membership and asked ourselves, how do we want to participate, if at all, in the upcoming PFT elections, which you knew would be the spring of 2016. And folks overwhelmingly were saying this is an opportunity that only comes once every 4 years. We need to see this as another piece of our work, another plank of our work that brings us deeper towards resources that allow us to continue the fight. So we worked. The PFT Election Campaign Committee, we worked over the summer. Did we work? Stand up if you worked over the summer on the PFT Election Campaign Committee. You did research meetings, right? And there are a lot of folks who didn't stand. Yeah. No, yeah, a lot of folks didn't stand, but it's okay, I'm not gonna call you out. Lou Borda, did you stand up? Okay. So, at any rate, we worked. We did research meetings with folks here in Philly. We did research meetings with folks all over the country, conference calls asking what worked when you did your work, what can you tell us, what advice do you have for us? We want to make sure that when we do it, we've got all the information that we need to make it happen. We did our homework, essentially, and we came up with a plan. And that plan is what we're here today to announce. So the listening campaign was kicked off on September. Do I really need that?
You've been requested.
Okay. This is gonna make me be different. Okay. Okay. The listening campaign we kicked off on September 9th was a 2-month-long process where we sat with teachers, educators, nurses, counselors, NTAs, folks from over 100 schools across the district, hundreds of people involved in this process. And what we did was we listened. We asked questions. What do you care about? What are you concerned about? What gets in the way of you doing the best you can do at your job? What do you need to be better at your job? What should we be doing as a union that we're not doing? What should we stop doing as a union that we are doing? We took lots of notes. And those notes, that feedback is now developed into the platform which you are about to hear about. And so I want to make sure that you're walking away with that direct connection. This platform came out of what everyone in this room and hundreds of other people who aren't here said we want to make happen in our schools. So I'm so excited that the platform is about to be shared.